favorite body part to train?
Calves. You can laugh at that. It's funny.
Hey everybody, welcome to It's Just Bodybuilding. I'm Big Ron Partlow. I'm here with Dusty Hanshaw and the producer, Scott McNally. Remember to like, share, subscribe, comment, and
ring the bell.
Yes, and remember, IamMutant.com. Go to IamMutant.com, get your IsoSurge, get your all in, and everyone should get on the gear. Remember your codes, Dusty and Big Ron. And we actually have another code in the house. We have Mutant Athlete and Wheelchair Pro Bodybuilder and Olympia competitor James Berger. How's it going, my friend?
That's good, man. I'm thoroughly happy to be on the show.
And what's your code?
My code's J Berger.
Okay.
WCBB. Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Okay, so you can use that one if you want. J Berger, yeah. WCBB. Okay, so James, we're happy to have you on the show. We've been talking about bringing you on.
I'm very happy to join, man.
Yeah. I'll just give a quick 30-second preamble here for probably the last 5 or 6 years. I don't know, time blurs with how many years I've been with Mutant, but we've been sponsoring the wheelchair division of the Arnold and the Olympia. So I always run down at the expo. I run down and I help give out the awards. Dusty's been coming with me the last little while. We hand out the first place wheelchair Olympia championship or the Arnold title or whatever. And so we've been really back in the wheelchair division. We think it's awesome. And of course, we wanted a wheelchair athlete on the team. And so why don't you tell us, how did joining Mutant and all that kind of happen?
I basically introduced myself to George at the Arnold back in 24? Yeah.
24.
When I did my first Arnold there, and it just kind of things took off from there. And I know him and Chad, they were talking, Chad Montgomery, they were all talking, I was trying to put my foot in the door pretty much, or front wheel, if you want to say.
Yeah.
But, I ended up, signing in Chad, and I was super excited for Chad. Then Chad passed away, and then George reached out to me and was like, "Hey, do you want to join?" And I was more than happy to. I've been super excited about it ever since. I freaking love all you guys. This is a huge family that I didn't know I needed and had.
No, man, it's been great to have you around, and we've had you at the booth a few times at the big expos, and we
usually have to wait for him because he's a little busy competing.
Yeah,
Ron and I can always be counted on to not make the Olympia or Arnold, so we are at the booth at all times.
Yeah.
I'm a lot of back and forth.
Yeah, no, it's good. So for the people just tuning in, let everyone know, how did you wind up here as a wheelchair pro bodybuilder? I mean, the story of James Berger, you must have told it before.
Oh, I love telling it. So,
okay.
So starting off, I haven't always been in a wheelchair. I ended up having a car accident back in May 29th, 2010. As I do it, drinking and driving. Don't do that. You get a cool green wheelchair, but it's not fun, let me tell you. But let's see. I was leading down a bad path and all that before the wheelchair, and after my accident, everything just kind of abruptly you had to change life really quick. You don't get a choice. You have to make it or break it type of thing. And, let's see. I sat there, continued to drink, kind of masking the pain, because I refused to kind of take the antidepressants or the painkillers and everything. So I just I drank as an antidepressant. But one day, just something clicked and told me to give it up and find something else to do with my life. And at first, I started off wanting to do the Paralympics, the powerlifting and stuff, because I seen a guy in a wheelchair bench pressing over 500 pounds. I was like, that's cool. I want to do that. And so I got started into that, training for that, trying to qualify for that kind of stuff. And then bench pressing started hurting my shoulders. And I am deathly afraid of pushing my butt around in a circle because I refuse to go to an electric chair. So that's kind of one of the things. And then one day, so I was on YouTube and I found Nick Scott on YouTube as the motivational speaker, and just sat there and just started watching all his stuff. And then the wheelchair bodybuilding popped up, and then I seen Harold and Gabriel and all of them. I was like, well, if these guys are looking like this in a wheelchair, I want to do that. So back in 16, 15, I started, I transitioned over to bodybuilding, and I did my first show in 2017 at the Battle of Texas. I won that one, and then I took some time off. I had to deal with some like health issues. I developed like a pressure sore from sitting down in my chair way too much, and it opened up like a big hole underneath my skin on my hip. So it's like trying to stay off of it and not train. And the bad thing is I got like terribly sick, and I basically hospital stay sick, and it was not fun. So I ended up having to have a surgery to fix that whole issue, and it was like a 12-week like laying in bed type of thing and not moving or getting up. Like I couldn't even raise up like 10 degrees. So like having to lay down for 12 weeks in a bed is possibly the worst thing ever. Like
no kidding.
Because I'm one of them guys that's like I have to get up and go. Like I'm on the move all the time, and being like staying and still in one spot just really sucks. And what's bad is like I had to stay in a skilled nursing unit, but it was basically a nursing home for 12 weeks. I will never go back to a nursing home.
Right.
Get blaze of glory if I have to go back. type of thing.
Right.
But then back in 22, I went and did wheelchair nationals down in West Palm Beach, and I ended up winning there and got the placing overall for the incomplete spinal cord injury. So I'm an incomplete break. So I have I broke T10, 11, and 12. So like so each level of the vertebrae affects each spot on our body. So it's like the lower down, the more you have. So it's like since I'm an incomplete, I have my hip flexors, but I stopped losing I stopped losing feeling and function about the top of my hips. But I'm able to like kind of like hike my leg up and everything. But like say like Nick and I are the same level, but he's an incomplete. But he is able to stand up with leg braces.
Huh.
Right.
Where it locks his ankles and stuff, but he's able to like flex his quads and keep him standing up for like a little bit of a time. With me, I can get up with like KFOs, like the leg braces that lock my knees out and everything. And I'm able to kind of like penguin walk with those. But that is so hard to do, so I rock the chair. And then after that, I just have to kind of smash the gas ever since then. And just been competing, and
That's a very bodybuilding way to put it.
Yeah.
right?
That means a lot of things.
Yeah, a lot of, let's unpack that.
The T3 and the T4, and then
Yeah, you're speaking our language. Yeah. Anyways, you're shredded.
Yeah. I'm getting there. So like right now I'm 5 weeks out? 5 weeks? Yeah, 5 weeks out from the Texas Pro. Gonna do that one and hopefully get that for sure. Olympia qualifier is what I'm hoping for.
Hell yeah.
So what's your best placing so far? Take us through your best placing so far.
So my best placing so far was here at this past Arnold, and I placed second.
Yeah.
But, that was like a huge step because like at Olympia last year I placed 8th. And then just turned around and like just kept in it, and I turned around and placed second, and like I beat Harold and Gabriel, like the two OGs of like the wheelchair class, and like I was super ecstatic about that, and like I'm still kind of cloud nine for that.
Those two guys really kind of built that division, didn't they?
They really have.
Especially
like,
Harold, yeah.
Like they are the face of the wheelchair class, and it's just kind of like I want to be one of those guys type of thing. That's what I'm striving for.
Yeah. What was the hardest thing? I know these are questions like.
Oh, you're fine.
You must have answered them a million times, but looking back, we talk a lot about challenges here and overcoming stuff and all that sort of thing, and I think to a lot of people, you've gone through one of the ultimate challenges. And I think a lot of people feel that way. And so what can you say would be some of the hardest transitions that you've had to make since your accident, and what do you think bodybuilding has done to help you through that?
The hardest part to transition was literally trying to readjust to life. Like I literally, like after an accident like this, you literally have to relearn everything. Like they even had to like reteach me how to brush my teeth from sitting down in a chair. Like that is the weirdest thing. Like it's just brushing your teeth, but no, it's like you really have to like sit sideways next to a sink, and it's like lean over and brush your teeth, like and try to keep your balance without falling over into the counter. I mean, it's little things that you take like able body you take for advantage, but whenever you lose all of that, like you have to have a whole different perspective on life. Like
Wow.
you literally appreciate the little things. It's like the one thing I get asked the most is, what do I miss most about walking around? It's putting my hands in my pockets. Because like, how awkward is that? Like, you're sitting down and putting your hands in your pockets.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
It's like you think
Valid point. Things you wouldn't
like-
think about.
No, it's like that is like one of the most, because walking around, I'd always have like my hand in like one pocket, or at least my thumb
Yeah.
on my pocket, always.
Or
But
in
now
your
it's
hoodie or something. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But now it's like, what do I do with my hands? Like the Ricky Bobby thing. You're just kind of.
Right.
But no,
That's
train-
funny.
Yeah, your hands are what you get around with. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it's like the cool thing is you got like a grip strength. I crushed an apple once. That was like the coolest thing.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I'm curious about training. How is that different? And did you lift before the injury, or is it something that you found the passion for afterward?
So like, and during high school and everything, I played football, did the whole sports thing, ran track, did all that, and I did powerlifting in high school.
Oh,
But, like,
okay.
But after high school, I kind of like got away from it. I was always super active, and I was always just kind of like that farm boy strength, like super strong, like because I was
Ron
I was
knows that.
right.
Yeah.
But no, like
Thing.
I worked on the road as a welder, so like constantly had to picking up heavy things and all of that. But then by accident, that kind of like I saw a strong back, but I know it's like, what is it? Kind of tracking of thought. But no, I've always kind of been into the fitness stuff, but just not as much as I have been until like now.
So
it's
that's
like,
why you had that immediate attraction to the powerlifting, because you'd already done some of it.
yeah, I was like super familiar with it, but just kind of like bench pressing from like this really thin bench, like not having that balance. Really, it's really hard. It's, like that's like you see the guys like put their feet up on the bench and do like a bench press with their feet up like in the air and stuff. I'm like, yeah, we have to do that, but you still have more balance than I do.
You're
Yeah.
still using your feet to balance. You're not. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I'm literally trying to like balance myself with like my shoulder blades like crammed down onto the bench, trying to like squeeze with my shoulder blades and still push weight. That's hard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no
know?
kidding, man. Yeah, and leave it, by the way, just to back up for a second, leave it to the South. It's only kids from the South that were like, well, I did powerlifting in high school. Us up in Detroit, like none of us had power. That was not even a thing. So that's definitely a Southern thing.
It feels like the more south you go, the more manly high school gets.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
It's like,
It's a rough life in the South if you're not tough.
yeah.
It's like
So
Yeah.
benching is very different, and that makes sense to me because I'm thinking of how I was taught to bench, and they're like, use your feet, drive through the feet, drive through the floor, and I think about like you're doing that with a lot of exercises, and you don't have that, so there's got to be like way more core stability than in everything you're doing.
Oh yeah, so it's like my core and stuff. Like I have to do like a cable crunch, like to actually overload my abs because like I'm upright. I'm never leaning against the back of my chair. I'm always sitting straight up and down. So like this is me. Like you can see me lean back, but like this feels more comfortable because I'm straight up and down. Because even at like the expos, you guys can sit there and see that I'm not leaning up back against my chair at all. It's just a posture thing. Because like as soon as I start slouching, my back starts to hurt. And, like it's just those little things. Like I start hurting like really bad. But no, the whole balance issue. That was a really hard thing to overcome and try to figure out. But like once you kind of like figure it out, it just clicks and it's.
Don't you use your belt for things too? I think at the Olympia you did some stuff where you wrapped your belt around the bench and yourself, like on a seated bench. Is that right?
Yeah, I do use that. Like, so if I'm doing like say a dumbbell like shoulder press, like I'll use like I got a really long like or I said an extra large like Velcro
Fat guy belt.
Yeah, the big one. I'm just a little guy, but I used one of those belts and it keeps my core and everything like in place, so I'm not necessarily having to worry so much about my balance. Like I'm still having to balance, but it's just like it's kind of like a peace of mind type of thing. Yeah, it kind of keeps me upright and not falling over because like once I start like tipping, I'll go. There's no stopping.
Yeah, there's no foot to push it in. I thought that was really cool when we were at the your photo shoot after the Olympia. I saw that and I was like, it's funny because it's a very obvious solution that when you don't have that, you don't think about like the amount of things you don't think about, like you said in training. I mean, all athletes, when they set up for any lift, you're like, start at your foundation, start at your feet.
Yeah.
And now you're like, okay, I have to do the same stability somehow and start at my hips and glutes.
Yeah.
You know, which is, it's wild to see. I'm fascinated with the physique that you and you guys have built, because if you were to just see your upper body, no one would know.
Right.
I mean, like, your upper body can hang with anyone in any gym, and it's just one of those things. Do you find a lot of people ask you questions to kind of help them get through trivial shit in comparison to what you've done, and use you as a motivation or something to kind of help them understand, like, you know, like we had Joe on that had lost his vision in war, and it was like, he's like, things could always be worse. And when you hear stories like his and yours, you kind of go, well, damn, I mean, if he can build that physique with 100 reasons that makes it more hard, why can't I?
Yeah.
I get that question a lot. It's just like they sit there and they tell me like I'm super inspirational, and I get that. But it's like, you know, I'm the same as you guys.
Yeah.
I'm just doing everything sitting down.
Right.
Is the way I think of it is. It's like I don't set myself apart from anybody else. I just have a place to sit everywhere.
Right.
It's like I don't mind waiting in line because I got a seat. I don't know. No, like trying to use the chair as a motivational thing. I mean, I love inspiring other people. Just basically, it's like, you know, if I can do this from sitting down and having to change my life drastically, literally down to everything, like going to the bathroom, like it's like everything changes so much. Like, but it's just like, if I can do this, and I have all these excuses that I can use to not get out of bed.
Right.
Yeah.
What's your excuse? And it just kind of like it dawns on him, like, oh, well, I don't really have one. I just didn't feel like doing that today. I'm like, I don't feel like getting out of bed, but I still do it because I know I have to.
Right.
What do you think are some of the things that you have to do differently when it comes to getting in condition? Because, I mean, you were in great shape at the Arnold. Like, you were ripped.
Peeled at that show.
So, like, you know, because I'm thinking, you know, resting metabolic rate, yours must be lower because you have less activity in half of your body, so there's less calories being burned at rest. Right. So you must diet on lower calories.
That's what I was wondering too.
Right, and then what about cardio? Do you count your steps, like how many cranks you take on your wheels, or are you doing hand bike cardio, or are you doing laps around the track? Like help the other bodybuilders kind of understand, you know, compared to their 2,500 calorie diets with their 40 minutes of cardio, kind of help us understand what you do to get in shape.
Okay, yeah. So man, I would love to eat 2,500 calories. I'd be so happy. So happy. But no, I have to do it. Basically, the best way I can think of it is that I ate almost like the same portions as like a bikini competitor.
That's what I was going to say.
In their off season,
okay,
type of thing.
Yeah.
So it's like I literally do I measure everything out. So it's like 4 ounces of protein and it's 2.5 ounces of carbs and half an ounce of fats. That is literally what I eat every day.
Every meal.
Every meal.
Yeah.
Right now I get some oats in the morning, so I'm still excited about that. But I feel like those are going to be pulled anytime.
Right.
But
all the numbers would be thrown out for you. All that's kind of standard formula thinking would just be out the window.
Oh yeah, but it's like for my cardio and stuff. So far, I had to do an hour of cardio, whether it be on a hand bike or a ski erg.
Okay.
Right, where you're pulling the skis?
Yeah, have you ever done that for an hour?
No.
For 10 minutes.
Did it for 30 seconds once just to try it out. Tell people what I thought of it.
Yeah, it's awful. It's a whole other level of self freaking harm, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But no, I would have to do that for an hour if I don't have access to a hand bike, I go find a ski erg, and like I black out about 10 minutes in, and like I hope that I make an hour. But it's like my even it's like on a hand bike, my Apple Watch counts my pushes.
Okay.
So it's like it counts your guys' steps. It counts how many times I'm physically just pushing.
Right.
I average about 2,000 pushes a day.
Okay.
So, but on a hand bike, I'm doing basically was it a 5 or 10? I'm doing like almost 12 miles in an hour just to get my heart rate like I'm trucking it. Like, just because my shoulders and everything, I'm so used to this motion.
Yeah.
It takes a lot just to get me burning.
Right.
Everything. But so far, like this prep since after the Arnold, I haven't had to do any cardio. And I'm so happy about that because that's a really long hour.
Oh yeah, no doubt. So what would your calories be? Do you like how low does your carbs get and stuff like that? Like give us the bad sort of 4 weeks out diet.
So like,
I'm just
I'm
leading
so
into the
close to
Arnold
that.
where you were peeled.
yeah, you're peeled at the Arnold. So how low were you there?
So there I was doing. So what I do is so this week I got this week left, and I could still do ground turkey and chicken, but like 4 weeks out I switch over to fish.
Mm-hmm.
Because then it doesn't set on me, it doesn't bloat me, my body digests it so fast. But I don't even know what the calorie count is. My coach just tells me to eat it.
We do
good client.
Our
Good client.
clients don't know either.
We don't know. I don't
so
know.
much easier. But no, so I'll end up doing, I think, was it at the Arnold, I dropped down to 3 ounces of fish
Per meal.
Per meal, and I was doing 2 weeks out, I was down to 3 ounces of fish and like 2 ounces of greens. And what was it? My fat source, I was doing what was it? I want to say it was a large egg. One large
day.
like a day.
One.
Like
One.
What-
5
what-
grams
what-
of fat.
Well,
I do 10 of
each
those a
meal.
day every
Well,
day.
Each meal. Oh,
Each
okay.
meal. But
Okay.
Gotcha.
but after that, like he pulled like my oats and my protein powder and stuff, so it's like I felt like I was dying.
Yeah.
Like I felt really good, like clear minded and everything. It was really weird. Usually I get that prep brain and just kind of like in and out, and I'm there but I'm not there type of thing.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah,
this
right.
past one, like I felt really good. But I know the week before, it's like that's whenever we started like carb loading, or like
Okay.
3 or 4 days like right before we started carb loading, and I use this stuff called rice and grinds.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
I don't know if you guys have you guys. I don't know if you guys.
Oh,
have
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But
Oh
no,
yeah,
like,
everyone
so
said that.
with me, it digests so fast and it doesn't set on me like at all. Like otherwise, I was having to do like rice. But now I got the rice and grinds, and it's just like night and day difference. And I was like, each morning, like each day, I was like waking up like fuller and tighter. Like this is sweet. But I know like before the show, before I even went on stage at the Arnold shoot, I ate 3 times, and it was like basically loaded up on rice and grinds and a bunch of rice and.
Right.
Just clean carbs and
Oh yeah, so it's like I don't get to do the my coach calls it the circus stuff in the back, like the rice cakes with the jelly and all that.
Oh, yeah.
None of us do that either.
You're all right.
I was like, I'm like watching other competitors like eating like Snickers or like a freaking drinking Mountain Dew, and I'm back here going, man, I want one of those. He's like, absolutely not. And I'm like, fine.
They all got called out before you, meaning you were still waiting to be placed. I don't think their Snickers were that good.
no.
Yeah.
Second place probably tasted a little better.
So did you
Yeah.
guys see the what was it? Whenever after the comparisons, whenever they did the first call out, they forgot me.
Yeah. I know there was a weird call and then they added you, right?
Yeah, it's like I went to the side and then like just paused for a long time, and then then they called me back out. And I'm like, okay, I feel better now. You know?
Yeah. That was a long break for you, even if it was 2 minutes or a minute.
It felt like forever.
And I knew that you had gotten 8th before, so when Dusty and I went down to give the awards, like we were backstage, we couldn't really see everything, right? But they started to announce placings, and then I was like, oh, geez, James is second. Like we're handing out the awards. I'm like, oh, you know, like it was awesome. It was good to see.
I know. I was so pumped. Like it's like whenever they moved me from like at the end at the first call out, and they moved me like, next to Harold. See, it's like the thing is, whenever I'm up there, I'm not paying attention to who I'm next to. It's
Right.
just I pay attention to or anybody's chairs. I pay attention to everybody's shoes.
Okay.
I have a shoe thing.
Is that a big thing? Is that a thing with the guys?
It's an unwritten rule in the wheelchair class. You better have your shoe game like on point. That's why I wear my green ones to match my chair.
Right. Okay, yeah. So it's kind of like pick and posing trunks and all that stuff. You want, or like a physique guy's really concerned about his shorts and all that stuff, right?
His mustache.
I got to pay attention to this now. This is
now
I'm
going to be
unaware of.
I know. I'm going to be so focused on the shoes now.
It's like if you look at like Nick Scott. You ever notice his shoes?
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't. I never noticed his shoes. Never have.
I don't know how you couldn't notice his shoes.
They're so bright. They're gold.
Yeah, and his chair is all lit up. He's got like we used to call them when you're underneath your pickup truck, you put the purple lights that glow on the road, and we used to call those the sex lights. And I thought he's got sex lights on his chair. He's rolling across the stage, hit that purple glow. Yeah,
he's seen.
Yeah. But he's done amazing. He's done an amazing job to promote the wheelchair division. I mean, I think it takes a guy like Nick who's just going to be out there, the silver sequin jacket, the gold shoes. Like, look at me. Look what we're doing.
Oh yeah. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be anywhere near where we're at right now. Like on the Arnold stage.
The crowd at the Arnold was insane when you guys. Because we walked out, and Ron and I got there a little too early. So we waited for a while.
We had to watch the bikini girls.
And then when we came out on stage, I was like, Ron, look at the crowd. He's like, oh, I saw. I mean, there's standing room only.
Huh.
Yeah, it was massive.
Yeah, and that's a thing that, because I've been doing, like, Dusty started coming with me lately, but I've been doing that now for like years. And I used to go to hand out the wheelchair award, and the crowd was really thin by then because everyone had seen Bumstead and stuff, and they'd all kind of screwed off.
Yeah.
But this last year, like, we were like, there's packed.
Yeah. So going from like at Olympia this past year, dude, it was like a ghost town when we were on stage. Like,
really? Because
they put us on like right after bikini, and then after watching 80 bikini girls go on stage, you're just kind of done.
Everyone's got to pee.
Yeah. And everybody's got to pee and like doesn't come back type of thing. But it's like we're sitting down on the stage, and it's like I go out on stage like to do the front those first comparisons, and it's like there's nobody in the crowd. Right. I'm like, well, this kind of sucks. It's just kind of like it's hard. What is it? It's hard to stay motivated whenever it's something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but we just keep pushing because I know it's going to get better. Than whenever the Arnold came around, like it was a whole like literally a night and day difference for us. Like it was, I was feeding off the whole energy in the whole crowd. Like it was great.
What are the mandatory poses like? Do they ask you all the same poses basically? Like how modded has it been?
It's all the same. I mean, we do all our quarter turns. I mean, we do the front double, front lat. Do we do rear double, rear lat, tricep, ab,
side chest?
It would do side chest, and then ab, and then most muscular.
Is your chair? Is it the same chair you use all the time and the back comes off, or is it a separate chair?
No, it's the same chair. So like what I do is like, since I set my chair like have an ergo sitting, so it's like I set like this. I set down into it whenever I'm training or everyday type of thing, because like I got more stability and like I don't have to worry so much.
So your butt really drops into it.
Yeah. So, but whenever like I'm on stage and everything, I have a towel and stuff, and I put underneath my cushion, which picks me up level, so I look taller.
I got it.
There's a trick
and it would show more of your back then, because you'd come up higher out of the chair.
Right, because like I have more detail in my back, in my lower back, than what like you could see like right now if I spun around.
Right. Now, what about the ab shot? I know some guys have better control of their abs, right?
Mm-hmm. Right, they do.
So is it just kind of luck of the draw? Like if you got better control of your abs, you're going to do better in the ab shot?
So each one of us is like a different level injury, right?
Yeah.
So that affects our abs.
Right.
So if like say that, so since I'm a T10, I have my hips, so I have all of my abs.
Right.
But say if you look at Bradley Betts, he's a higher level, but he's only got the first row of abs.
Right.
So he's able to flex the top two or the top row, but nothing else down below. But it's all in our conditioning.
Yeah.
So it's like Brad beat me the first time I went and did the Arnold. Like, it's not just about abs; it's all about the conditioning that we can bring.
Yeah,
yeah, that's interesting because, like, in a say traditional, like, just open bodybuilding, if one guy doesn't have the same amount of abs, let's say, you'd just be like, his abs aren't there. You'd be like, oh well, he automatically is not as good as this guy. So is it then judged slightly differently in this case because he literally can't have abs? Like, or does that give you an instant advantage? Because I feel like if you got all the abs, and I'm like, man, that guy's abs look great, I'm going for that guy, you know?
So, like, from a judge's point of view, I would like to think that they see us differently because they know our injury level. Nick goes up and explains to him, hey, our injury level's up and down type of thing. But but for, say, like, somebody watching in the crowd, they're not going to understand that.
Yeah.
And that's why Nick does the stories.
Nick always explains. For those who haven't seen, Nick always gives a little, like, 20-second sort of rollout for every competitor before you guys come out and pose, right?
Yeah. Kind of gives a little background of what happened to us, and then, like, some of our stories are crazy. But it's like, but he tells which level we are. So it kind of explains, like, hey, this guy may not only have, like, 2 rows of abs. This guy has all of them. But it's like, literally, the judges, I feel like, end up coming down to, like, the conditioning and the size, like the fullness and the size.
The overall look, yeah.
What about I got to take us to the gym. We're in the gym. Like, what body parts do you think you have to mod your training the most? I mean, I mean, everything's modded. Obviously, you're doing it from a chair and you're strapping yourself into machines and stuff. But, like, what are your kind of core exercises and how are you training your back? How are you training your chest? What do you use typically?
So, back day is probably my most complicated day for me to train because I'm strong and I can move a lot of freaking weight, but it's really the setup and strapping myself in and, like, say, like, so I do like a row, but I use it on a cable machine. But I'll pull the stack type of thing, but I'm having to strap myself to a bench, like a adjustable bench.
Yeah.
So I'm setting low enough where my center of gravity is digging into the ground, and then I got that bench, like, basically in my face the whole time, but I'm strapped to it so the cable doesn't yank me around the side of it.
Right. You have somebody that goes to gym with you and, like, hands you the cable to start and does all that?
Either my coach or my training partner, whichever one's not busy that day type of thing.
Right.
But now I got a competitor, and he's basically my training partner and everything. So we kind of work out together. But he's pretty hands-on. He's like, he'll make sure that I don't fall and hit the floor. But if I do, we just kind of laugh about it. It's just one of those things. But,
so you got the bench rows. With the cable.
Bench rows. I do I'll hop on another, like, I can transfer in and out of my chair pretty easy. Some of us in the chairs we can't. So it's trying to have to modify to that is really hard. So it's like even doing like a pullover, like you see the guys doing like a cable pullover.
Yeah.
I can do that too. It's just I have to set it up a little more different. Like I have to literally back further away and just to get a good reach, because I have a ridiculously long reach for how short I look in my chair. Because I'll reach the top of the cable all the way up, and I'm just like, well, this sucks. So I have to bring my chair all the way back and have to figure out how to roll up my chest and angle just right, just to make sure that I'm hitting.
So you do that in your chair, just your wheels are locked or something?
Yeah, my wheels are locked, and if I'm picking up or pulling down like a heavier weight, I'll take one of those chain belts, and I'll put a 45 or 2 of them, and I'll drop it behind me, and it'll just anchor me to the ground.
Like an anchor.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I'll put like, was it those T-bars? You know, like little A-frame, little T-bar handle?
Yeah, handlebars.
So like if I'm doing a upward cable row or fly crossover thing, I'll put those in behind my wheels so I don't roll backwards, because even though I have brakes, it doesn't
it'll pull the whole thing with the brakes, Yeah,
it just rolls the wheels with it. So it's like I have to have like wheel chocks pretty much.
Right.
You're putting boots like the ones the police put on your car.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Man. And then what about arms? Are you curling dumbbells? Are you on machines, or what are you doing?
So I do
a lot of cables.
I do a lot of cables for like a little tricep. I do a lot of cables. Biceps, I will hop over to a machine or a dumbbell, and I'll get up on a bench and like do, what is it? I call like a strict curl, but I'll get up on a bench and I'll slide all the way up and I'll have like the top of the bench like up here on my chest, and I'll let my arms hang down, and I can do spider curl pretty much.
Yeah.
Right.
I can do that. That's pretty fun. That's fun without it trying to like yank me over the top of the bench. It's, fun to watch.
Yeah.
Because I can curl a lot.
I can't stop mentally, like as you're explaining this, I'm doing it in my head. I'm like, mentally my eyes are closed going, okay, now Dusty, don't use your feet.
In the setup,
because like,
there's a lot.
When you vision someone doing what you just said, like, we've all done it, but our feet are like cemented to hold balance. So your core is just working the whole time because you have to be twice as strict.
Right. Yeah, it's twice as strict, and it's like I can move a lot of weight, but like also if I don't want to be sloppy about it, I drop down the weight and I really can focus on where I need to control and get that muscle mind connection. Like given the situation that I'm in, like you get that muscle mind connection like super quick. I feel like it's easier for me to find than somebody else.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what else I think on a positive side, we talk about recoverability, and you only have so much recovery in your body to give to everything. If you're not training legs, then that's that much more recovery that can go to your upper body. I almost, you see the guys that don't train legs and they've got the jacked upper body, like you really can grow upper body faster if you're not training legs. Do you feel like you've gotten, and I know you weren't lifting hardcore before the accident, but do you feel like you've gotten like good development? And what does your split look like since legs isn't going to be a part of that?
Yeah.
I actually feel like I got some really good development. I've changed up my split from whenever I started, and I just felt like it's just like I wasn't progressing any. Like I'd work out 3 days a week, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Wednesday, Friday, like for years. And I was just like, that's what my first coach would tell me to do. And it's like, hey, this is all you need to do, and da-da-da. And I'm like, I'm just not getting anything from it. Like I was at the point where I wasn't even sweating. Like it was
okay.
Right.
But then, but now with my coach that I have now, we have it set up to where I work out 6 days a week. I take 1 day off.
Okay.
I do. So I was at today. I will hit back. Tomorrow, Tuesday, I will do chest. Wednesday, I will hit arms, and then I repeat.
Okay.
Right.
So it's just like I'll do it with a chest and shoulders pretty much same day.
Yeah.
I'll do back row delts this next, and then I'll hit bicep tricep, and then I just really repeat the cycle over and over.
And you just take like Sundays off.
This Sunday is my 1 day off.
Damn.
Nice.
Yeah,
So you're on like so you got to push pull arms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Push pull arms. That's everybody's favorite split.
Yeah, it's so easy. It's like
Push pull arms. I can do that twice a week too.
This is easy. But no, it's like I have noticed that I know on like my arm day, I do switch it up. Like I'll start say like whenever I do arms, I'll do biceps first, and then whenever I come back to arms, I'll start with triceps.
Right.
So I
Now, do you have any? I'm just thinking of like, things that would get used constantly, like your elbows, your tricep tendons, and your hands. I'm thinking of like video gamers getting carpal tunnel, and some of the drummers I know that have had to have surgery on their wrists. You're using your freaking hands and your triceps and your pecs constantly.
Yeah.
Way more.
So
way more than
do you
anybody
have
else would.
do you have the same like I know people that hike a lot, they get foot problems and their ankles, my ankle hurts, and like, do you have a lot of that you have to manage in your arms?
So I used to until I changed up my training split. If that's oddly
okay,
enough, if that sounds oddly enough, but it's like I used to deal with wrist issues because like since I'm constantly using my hands and pushing, my wrist would kill me. Like I used to have to wear like wrist wraps and everything. Like now I don't have to. I don't know what I did where I don't have to do that anymore. But it's like my wrist would kill me, and then it's like I was dealing with like a tendonitis, like or elbow tendon or tennis elbow. That's it. But like I would deal with that, but that's a grip issue.
Yeah.
So my grip has gotten really a lot stronger, so I don't have that issue anymore. But I do notice it's like a brachioradialis that pull and hold up muscle, like hammer curls,
Yeah.
is excruciating painful for me. Just because I think it's the motion of me literally pushing all the time, and I'm like I'm squeezing, stretching that muscle out all the time.
Yeah.
Right. So what about? I know that a lot of people listening, especially our degenerate crowd, I know they're wondering like, what are these guys doing for PEDs? Like, how does that change? What's the landscape like there? What's the thinking?
My thinking of it is less is more. Like, I don't have to necessarily run as much as an able body person because I got half of me to worry about, right?
Okay.
To grow type of thing. So it's like it's really an extremely like low dose of everything.
Yeah.
But it's not like I'm trying to think.
Do you think that's standard protocol? Like when you talk to the other guys, the other guys you think it's pretty kind of a wheelchair division thing? You guys are pretty...
each one of us I know is different.
Right.
Like I know some guys run way more than I do, and it's like, okay, why? Right. It's like you can tell like they're super watery and everything like that. I'm like, why would you just back that down? No, you got to run this.
Well, just like any other division, you know.
Yeah, it really is. It's like no.
Sounds like bikini.
Yeah, it's bikini. But no, it's really one of those things where we have to. You have to find that happy middle ground, and I think my coach, he's like, we're gonna just like sprinkle gas on it is what we're doing.
Right.
We just like slowly upped it, and then we found like the spot. And then we backed it off just like a tad, and it's just like I've progressed so much.
Do you think, I don't know if this is a fair question, but I sort of think there might be two schools of thought. There'd be the guys that are like, well, I really got to take care of myself. Mm-hmm. And then there might be the guys that are like, wow, kamikaze. Yeah. I'm already right. I'm already in a wheelchair. Let's just go for it. Like, so I imagine that might be a thing. I sort of see that as a thing.
I feel like it is. But a lot of us, like, we take our health, like, down, like, very serious type of thing. I mean, there's some guys that run a lot of stuff to get as shredded as they possibly can. And I'm like, how are you not dead? You know, that type of thing. Like, this would kill somebody. But no, I feel like a lot of us, like, since we already deal with so many health issues anyways, just from the situation that we're in, like, we really have to take all of that into consideration just to keep us healthy and, like, for the next day type of thing.
Yeah. What are some of those challenges? Like, what are the things that people don't I mean, we're thinking about your training, your cardio, your diet, but those other things that people don't realize, like the leaning over your sink to brush your teeth, we get, oh yeah, I have to a different position, but what are these other challenges? You know, some of them that really shock people.
I always get a lot of people just stop and watch me get in and out of my car. Like, they will literally ask me if I need help after the fact that I put my chair back in my car. Because they stand back and like, this is the coolest thing ever. But it's like, this is a whole entire workout just to get in and out of the car.
So do you have your car modded up? Are you driving with hand toggles and stuff?
I'm driving, so think like a four-wheeler. It's thumb throttle.
All right.
So the gas is for my thumb, and then like I push the floor with the handle to the brake, and it's all attached to one thing. So I drive a Challenger, so it's like it's a really fast four-wheeler.
Yeah. Okay. You know Jack, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jack, the older guys have been in the chair. He's always at the Olympia. Well, he's from a city I used to live in.
Yeah.
So I used to see Jack at the supplement store all the time. And he had a beautiful big, I don't know if it was a Dodge Ram or an F-150 or whatever, but he had it all modded up, right? He had the electric staircase out the side that were the thing that would lift him into his seat. And he had the hand driver, the hand shifters and everything. And it was like a $100,000 truck with another, like, I don't know how much he spent to get all that stuff set up, but it was cool.
It's like the craziest thing is like the wheelchair situation, just this aspect of stuff. It gets so expensive. Like people don't realize like our chairs that you see us on stage are $9,000, $15,000. Like
really?
Yeah, that's more than I would have guessed. I would have been like, fancy chair would be a couple grand.
Yeah, no, tops. It's like it's all made specifically like for us. type of
And
thing.
I bet they're super light and strong and never break, right? Like, is that the thing?
I wish.
Oh, okay. You're dreaming. I was
like mine is like it's made out of the magnesium, like titanium. It's super light. It weighs like 15 pounds, if that.
Okay.
With the wheels on and cushion on, it's like 15 pounds. But I have another chair. Like, you ever see like the guy do like the backflip in the wheelchair on like that big ramp?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have that exact same chair. I used to train in that one because it's got shocks in the back of it because I don't have to worry about bending it. Because it's like it's X-framed and like it's a beefy chair. It weighs 40 pounds. So like trying to pick that up sucks.
Right.
Like picking that up one-handed and trying to get in the car, that's a whole other level of ow type of thing. But no, like our chairs, I know with mine, like I really have to watch how much weight I actually put into the chair because it's weighted for 100 or 250 pounds is what my chair is rated for. And I weigh 100 and what was I this morning? 138 this morning.
You weigh 138?
Yeah, I was 128. I was 128 at the Arnold.
Because you look like a middleweight, light heavyweight bodybuilder.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm that like from my hips up though.
Yeah. It's just I was
Your brain still
shocked.
has a hard time.
Right?
Yeah, it's just the number. Yeah, because like for people that have never seen James in person, like you look like a shredded guy that you'd see doing. I mean, I sort of thought you looked like a 190-pound bodybuilder.
Yeah, I was gonna say like 185, 190, somewhere in there.
I'm completely
He's good with
okay
that.
Yeah, I just and like of course it makes sense, but just hearing the number, like what you were 120, what 120, what 8?
128 at the Arnold.
Wow.
Yeah,
So the bikini diet is really making sense now,
Right?
Right. So it's like I was 123 at the Olympia.
and the low doses.
That makes sense too. Yeah.
Dude.
So
my mind is still struggling with these numbers because you look and you're thinking 128 pounds. Like, so what's an off-season weight then? Like, if you took, let's say you weren't competing every 6 months the way you do, like, and you wanted to progress and put on size, what would be the comfortable line of where you're heavy enough to gain at an excess? Is that 150? Is that 160? What is it?
So I want to say it's like, so after the Arnold, I had a few weeks off for about a month or so off, and I got up to 148 pounds.
Okay.
And I was comfortable. And I was
You still look great, I bet.
And I was still like kind of lean. I was filled out and like leanish.
Yeah.
No, I think like between 150 160, I would be comfortable, but I feel like I would be a little too fluffy, and then I would have to start prep even sooner.
Right.
Yeah.
Type thing.
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah, so it's like I try to find that happy medium. It's like I'll get up, I'll try to gain like 5-6 pounds, 10 pounds, and then suck back down.
Yeah.
So far, just kind of like stair step it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's why I put on some size since the Arnold, and I fuller and everywhere.
Yeah.
And 5-6 pounds on you is going to be a lot, because it's all upper body. That's a lot going to the places we want to see it.
It's like I don't ever like see myself being. I'm not big. Like when I feel like it's just a bodybuilder thing. We never think we're big enough.
Yeah,
right?
None of us do.
No, we're not big enough. I need to be bigger. But no, it's, I help out with like the NPC Oklahoma. I go out and like I help with all the shows. Like I'm basically the NPC of Nick Scott, like rolling around at the shows type of thing, right? For the amateurs and everything, trying to build the wheelchair class and scene here in Oklahoma. But we have competitors that compete, and I'll hand out the awards, and I'll see a picture of me next to them, and so we have a men's physique guy that was 210, and I'm bigger than he is.
Right.
I'm like, no way. This dude's like 6'2", and I'm like, I look bigger.
Yeah. Take your wins.
Oh yeah.
Right.
It's
So
go ahead.
yeah, sorry. We had some like kind of impact questions. Like, I've heard other people in your situation talk about sort of being thrust into the role of being motivational or inspirational. And were you uncomfortable with that at first? do you sort of see that as like, yeah, this is something I should do to kind of, help, spread the word and all that? Is it hard, or did it come natural?
So with me, I was kind of in that middle ground. Like, it came natural, but it was like something I did not expect to like come natural type of thing. It's very uncomfortable at first because like in my mind, I'm just going outside like the rest of you. Why am I so inspirational for getting out of the house?
Right.
Type of that. Yeah. That was my mindset, but now it's just kind of like, hey, this is natural. Hey, if I can inspire you with you just seeing me out doing something, I'm doing my job.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like that's what I'm here for. It's what I do, and it's like we come to terms with it. Now there are some guys that I've been around in chairs, and like they are not motivational at all. Like you hardly see them. They're like recluses. I mean, they just sit back and they don't want to be seen type of thing. Me, I like to be out there, like, hey, look at me type of thing. Because I find it fun, and it's life's too short to hide, right?
How do you feel the bodybuilding community has treated you in general? Like, I guess over time, everything, like we said, the division has gained more respect and more awareness, so that's probably improved. And what are some of the things that run-ins you've had with the other guys? Anything they've said to you about this? How do you feel about this?
No, it's like I think since we're like I'm coming into everything like since I turned pro, everything's been kind of on the uprise of the wheelchair class. Since 22, everything's just kind of like shot up because we just had the guys on the Olympia stage. That was new, so it's like we're getting more noticed, and it's like I think most of the other competitors are seeing us not as I hate saying it, but like as a sideshow.
Right.
Right.
Like, oh, come look at these guys. They're super motivational. Now let's go pay attention to C-Bub, that type of thing. It's like,
right.
But no, it's like we put in just as much work as an able-bodied person. But I feel like in all the other competitors, we work just as hard, if not harder. I hate to say it. Sometimes we do work out harder because considering the training that we have to do and the way that we have to modify everything.
Well, your cardio sounds worse.
Yeah, yes, it's awful. Worse. I don't suggest it for anybody. I don't suggest for anybody.
I might, if a client pisses me off, we might start adding that in.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Skier for an hour.
Yeah.
Right?
Skier for 10 minutes would be a threat to an able-bodied person, trust me.
No, it's full body work. But all the other competitors and stuff, like the big open bodybuilder guys, like, and all that, like, they're taking notice of us. Like, and I'm starting to notice that, like, they come up to us and, they talk to us, they don't come, some of them come up to us and say, hey, you guys are super inspirational and, keep it up type of thing. But then some of them come up to us and really just talk to us and have like a legitimate conversation like this. And that's really what it means the world to me and the other guys. It's like, we're not seen as somebody different.
Right.
Yeah.
We're seen as a normal competitor. We're backstage with you. We're going to go on stage. We're doing the exact same thing you are. We're just not showing off our legs. That type of thing. And I feel like they're taking notice of us growing, and actually we're showing up big and legit.
Well,
right.
the amount of people competing seems to be like the awareness is going through the roof because at even at the local level, I'm seeing more wheelchair competitors come in.
Yeah.
And I think you're right because it used to be, it's kind of like if somebody came out with an injury, like what was that guy's name, Ron, that had the accident and was missing a leg that did the Olympia?
Oh yeah.
I can't remember. He was ridiculous.
Oh, I remember you talking about.
But at any rate, as soon as you see somebody who's put in the work and has the look, I genuinely would forget he was missing a leg.
Yeah.
Right.
Like you just don't. And same with you guys. Like I don't say, like, when I say wheelchair division, it's like me saying classic. It's just a division.
Right. And
there's
that's
not a change in, it's not like, them. I feel like more and more people are like, it's just a division of athletes,
Yeah, and that's the point that we want to get to. Like, we want to be able to draw more people in to come actually watch us, that type of thing. It's just kind of like, hey, these guys are legit people. They're just not like sob story, come watch them get on stage, bless their heart type of thing. And I'm just like,
right.
And as soon as like we get even further away from that, we've been taken off ever since then. But it's like, so whenever I went down to South America and did the Arnold Classic down there.
Yeah.
When they did when they had the first wheelchair pro class down there. Now, the South American people love bodybuilders. Like, it's a whole other world. It's crazy. But they, I learned a word down there, and it's like we use it differently than what they use. And it's like when they say they have a special class. So what do you guys automatically think is special class? Like, oh, bless his heart type of thing. Yeah. Well, down there, it's when they say special, they mean it as in they're one step closer to God.
Huh. Okay.
So, like, if we could get everybody to think like that, they would see everything so much differently. Mm-hmm. They would see us differently as a competitor.
Right.
They'd just see us like, hey, we got an advantage instead of a disadvantage.
Right.
If that makes
sense.
That's a
great way to look at it. That's really cool.
Yeah, man. So it's like whenever somebody says special, like I don't hear it the same anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But it's like the people down there are so freaking nice. Like, I don't have handles on the back of my chair because I don't like to be pushed around. Mm-hmm. I like to have full control of my chair. Yeah, that's right. That's why I don't have handles. Now, at Olympia, I had my training partner. They, like, pushed me around because, like, Vegas is a lot. And
Vegas is a lot. Hey.
And my arms were done. But
Vegas is where regular people think, oh, I can walk to that hotel.
Yeah, they are wrong.
Everyone goes through that at Vegas. Yeah.
But no, but the guys down in South America, they would come up to me and say, Tori, that competes in the wheelchair, like, came up to us and like, where's your handles? Like, they would ask, or like, we don't have any. Like, we push. We're like, no, get out of my bubble. Type of thing. Like,
I don't like people that close to me.
But right, no, that's the legit. Like, I don't know you, get away. And,
right.
But they took offense to it that we wouldn't let them help us.
Huh.
Right.
Like they know they are supposed to help us, type of thing. Like people like not even working the show would like in the crowd, we help.
Right.
Like, no, I'm good. But no, it's like they took offense that we wouldn't like allow them to help us out. Like that people down there is just it's a huge difference down there.
Wow.
But like that show was huge. Like the crowd that at this Arnold was just as big as the one down there, and like it was massive.
Yeah. I got some rapid fire stuff for you here. Okay. Scott put these together. I think it was Scott. Was it Scott?
It was Scott.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's your biggest inspiration in bodybuilding?
Crap. Biggest inspiration is going to have to be Nick Scott.
Okay.
He started it out for me.
Okay. Cheat meal of choice?
Oh, man, that is so hard. There's so many choices. Let's see. I would have to. Oh shoot. Cheat meal of choice. Waffles. I like waffles like a lot, or pancakes. One of the two.
Okay. And we kind of touched on this one. Cardio, love it or hate it.
You have to love it to hate. Yeah, it's.
He loves to hate it.
Yeah. I love to hate it. Yeah. I don't mind it. I'll put it that way. Like, I know I have to do it, so it's just, I just do it. Like, I don't hate it that much. It's just time consuming and a long push.
Yeah. Favorite body part to train?
Calves. You can laugh at that. That's funny.
Is it bad? I was thinking legs the whole time. I was like, that a boy. And he went there.
I have a whole day of forearms and calves. That's it. But no, I do. My favorite part to train, I want to say, is shoulders.
Shoulders. Okay.
I love a shoulder pump. Right.
It shows.
Okay.
We have one right now.
The James Berger signature push-pull arm split will be available to download.
Yes.
Okay.
It is fun.
If you could train with one person, living or not, who would it be?
Oh, train with one person.
You can even time travel to do it if you have to.
I would want to train with Dorian Yates back in his prime.
Who would?
That'd be awesome.
Like, okay. I feel like, because that's whenever I first started bodybuilding, that's the style of training I was doing.
Right, right, okay.
And I would love to train with him. At least once.
Especially in his prime.
Right?
Okay.
Like, it's fun.
Okay,
Spicy.
okay. What message do you want to leave anyone facing setbacks? We get a lot of messages from people that say, I don't know, Dusty and Scott and I have talked about, we get messages from people that are having bad times, coming out of tough stuff, dealing with, addiction and tragedy and all that stuff. And, it always blows us away when they say they listen to the show to, I don't know, Dusty, what are they doing listening to us? They're
realizing it could be worse.
It could be worse, yeah.
It can always be worse, guys.
I could be these three.
You know what I mean? So, and having gone through like the challenges and stuff, what do you tell people? What's kind of your main message?
My main thing that I tell people is that don't be a half empty or a half full type of person. Be someone that is happy to have a glass. If you can grasp onto that idea, life is a lot better. Be happy to have something that you can fill others full. Mm-hmm. That's our whole mission in life, is to fill others. Support others, right? Make the world a better place is what we're all trying to do. So, leave no excuses. You have a glass. Use it.
I like that.
Awesome.
That's great.
Thank you. Where can people follow you? What's your Instagram? We'll make sure Scott gets it up on the screen here.
My Instagram is IFBB pro _James_B. And that's the same on my TikTok and James Berger on my Facebook.
Cool.
Okay.
I'll be sure to put that in the description, guys.
All right.
Yeah. Thanks, man. When's the next time we're going to see you? I guess are we going to see you? Are you going to be at the O?
Are you going to be at the O? Well, I just seen where was it the Battle Up Productions put where Mutant's a platinum sponsor or whatever that is.
Yeah.
I didn't know if one of you guys are going to be there. I don't know if Luke or Jordan is going to be there.
Oh, yeah, we'll be there.
So at the Texas Pro.
Yep.
Okay,
nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's who they just announced it. So they announced it this morning, I guess. But Mutant's supposed to be some titled sponsor. And
yeah,
so
yeah.
I'll definitely be there representing that. So
okay,
come
awesome.
Back with the win for that, and it's the first year they're having the wheelchair class.
Fantastic! Awesome. That's a great show too. Like, that's a great venue.
It's like they like to say it's Texas. It's Texas's Olympia.
Yep.
Yeah.
Scary.
Because there's so many freaking classes. It's insane.
It's a crazy show. It's a huge venue. They have a massive backstage area. It's really great. So
I'm excited about it. I know Sean, he'll be there, so it'll be fun.
Yeah.
I'd like to train with Sean though too. Go back to that other question. I'd like
Clarita?
to train with Sean. Yeah. He's only like a 4-hour drive for me. So it's like I'm just waiting for him to invite me down.
and both of you guys have something in common, is that you're very unique to train with.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? I mean, with Sean, you have to lower the seat on everything.
Right.
Or raise the seat on everything, I guess.
Right.
And,
So it's like it'd be like a lot of up and down. That would be fun to like film and watch.
Yeah, it would be. It would be.
But like Sean, we're the same height, but we still have to move the seat.
Right. Yeah. Okay, awesome, man. Well, thanks, James. I mean, we're really happy to have you on. We wanted to appreciate an hour of your time here.
Oh, yeah,
over a little bit.
I love it.
Thank you very much.
I'd love to be back on, so any time.
Yeah, and we fully encourage anyone who's at the Arnold or the Olympia Expo and you're watching the classes roll by, stick around for the wheelchair division, because it's. I mean, I remember when there used to be 3 or 4 guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. The first couple of years I handed out awards, and now there's like 2 rows of you, and all these call outs happening.
At Olympia, there's 13 of us.
Yeah, it was great. It was great.
And not to mention too, now that everybody who listens to the show knows James, when we meet everybody at the booth and everything. Now they get to come up and meet James too.
Yeah.
Now they know you as well. So be sure to say hi to him there.
Oh yeah, for sure. I love meeting everybody. Like I love working the booth. Like that is fun for me.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Cool.
We like handing out the awards. We also get to see Steve Weinberger every time we hand out the awards, because he's always gives out the award too. So it's good to see Steve. I don't get to see him. Like, it's a busy weekend, right? So.
Oh yeah.
Okay, thanks, James. We appreciate having you on. James Berger, IFBB Pro. wheelchair division. Fantastic to have you on, man. Remember, like, share, subscribe, comment, and
ring the bell.
That's right. And remember, IamMutant.com. Go to IamMutant.com. Get your ISO search. Get your all in. And everyone should get on the gear. Code Dusty, code Big Ron, and code... what was your code?
J Berg.
There you go.
All right.
You can use that one too.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, man. Remember, it's just bodybuilding.